Hey, it's me again. Got another competition that I'm trying to enter here. I've not really got the books properly, but yeah, I'll tell you about it anyway. Right, so there's a user called, a channel CWoodard19, and he's got a competition now to try and get some more people over on his channel. So I'll put the link down below to his channel. You can go and add him or check out his channel and add him if you like him. And so his competition, he wants to know your people's favourite writer, favourite story, and an underrated story. Now, as usual with me, I really don't have access to all my books at all times because they're just piled high on top of each other, my long boxes. There's no kind of drawer system. I've got no idea what's in which blinking well box. That's why I'm doing these videos at the moment. I'm literally going through my boxes one at a time and seeing what's in them. But I'm not going to try and like index them or file them or anything like that. I just haven't got the blinking energy for all that kind of malarkey. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you my favourite writer. Not necessarily my favourite writer, but one of the writers I really like, because I don't really know that the writers very well. I'm not familiar with the names of who. I know what books I've enjoyed reading, but I don't necessarily know who wrote them or who did the art half the time. Because I've never been one to really pay much attention to it. I've only just read the story and liked the story, or didn't like the story, but I never actually like bought a book just because somebody was doing the book. You know what I mean? But there you go. That's just me. And I've never sort of had any mates who are into comic books. It's not like I had conversations with friends saying, oh, did you like that book by so-and-so or anything like that. That's probably why I've never really sort of learnt people's names or really been that bothered about it. I've just been bothered about reading the story and enjoying the book, you know. But anyway, right, so favourite writer I'm going to say for this, not necessarily my favourite, so this is the one I can think of at the moment. I actually did another writer, I actually did a competition a minute ago for somebody else, and I said a different writer, because, you know, I haven't really got an absolute favourite, but this is a writer I like, Kurt Busiek, I think his name is, yeah, Kurt Busiek. And I haven't got any comics actually. All I've got is the graphic novels for my favourite story is from one of these graphic novels. They're all collected basically. I've got most of the collected works, but I don't have any actual comics just on their own of Astro City. It's one of those books I only have bothered picking up when they were collected into, you know, trade paperbacks, whatever they're called. Right, so the story that I like actually is there's an Eisner Award nominated story I've just read on the back of this. It's called The Nearness of You. Right, well, the whole Astro City comic, when I said the books are all awesome. They're really cool stories, really look at superheroes from a different direction. And this story, The Nearness of You, features a character called the Hanged Man. He's in a part of Astro City where the mystical stuff goes down. And so this guy, every night he dreams of a woman named Miranda, who he's never met. But for some reason she seems so real. You know, she's in his memories even though he knows he doesn't know her. And it plagues his sleep. And every night he dreams of her and wishes he knew her, and you know, just he has memories as well when he's awake. It's really sad, this story actually. Anyway, it turns out the Hanged Man turns up to explain to him that she did exist, but there was a massive cosmic event, a big cosmic crossover event kind of thing, where somebody messed around with time or something, and I can't remember the exact. So I think someone messed around with time, and the superheroes all got together to try and battle them and save the universe. And the only way they could do it, they had to rewrite time, reprogram it, whatever, and certain things were not the same in the new universe that they had to create. So, you know, certain timelines weren't able to be followed. Certain actions didn't happen the way they did in the original world. So it turned out that he never met his wife, or she was never born, or something like that. But she didn't exist, something like that. She died in the maelstrom, or she was, you know, unborn and never existed. But in his memories, she was still there. And that's the. Yep, gets me right in the feels, that story does. Anyway, right, Right, and then the other story I'm going to tell you about, I wouldn't say it's an underrated story. I've got to tell you now. I'm not sure if it's underrated. I'm not sure. I don't know what people's stories people liked, but I think it's a really good story as well. I can't even remember what book it was in. I can't find the book. As I said, my collection is not possible where I can just put my finger on a book just like that. It was like an anthology book from DC. And I can't remember the names of the book at all. I can't remember the name of the book. It wasn't Origins, but something. It's like, I don't remember what it was. But it was about in the noughties sometime, I think, maybe early 2010s or teens or whatever they're called. And basically, Wonder Woman had been given a vision by the Oracle of Delphi about something that was going to happen to one of her friends. Obviously, it was Batwoman, and but you don't sort of know that till the end of the story what the vision was or whatever. So she takes her out dancing one night, basically gets the girls together, goes for a dance, and then the next day Joker visits Barbara Gordon at home and shoots her and paralyses her. So that's such a softie. That chokes me up, basically. So that's I'm not sure if it's an underrated story, but it's definitely a good story. I think it's definitely a good story, and it may not have been noticed by everybody because it was in like an anthology book, so it was only like a short story. No, I don't know if a single person got punched in it, but it was just like a human story. Wonder Woman taking Batgirl out for one last dance, or Batwoman out for one last dance before she was crippled by the Joker. So that's it. That's my competition entries for CWoodard19, and yeah, fetch the hankies. Yeah, so there you go. That's it. Go and like his channel, like my channel, please, if you want to, catch up on more books as I go through my collection. And yeah, cheers.